Look at this absolute beauty. Almost 10 pounds of pork belly. And if you don't know what pork belly is, this is literally what they cut bacon out of. Because it's so full of fat, it's hard to mess up. However, I'm gonna show you some things today to turn your pork belly, whether it's this size or half this size, into some amazing barbecue. There's not a whole lot we need to do to this. I mean, I know it looks like it's a lot of fat, and it is, but you know, it's what bacon is. It's irregular and it's hard to the touch. So just little stuff like this is all we're going for when it comes to trimming a pork belly. Now it's time to go to work, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut this into our burnt-in cubes. All right, you can see our profile a little better like this. This, you know, very similar to bacon. Sometimes you can get a pork belly and it has like skin or this real hard layer on the bottom. I would definitely cut that off. However, this is just hard fat. So from here, it's a lot easier to trim each slice so that you're not wasting any more than you have to. You can kind of see what I'm looking to do here is just take this hard cap off because it's not gonna render real well. And you can see what happens after you get that off. What's that look like? Exactly. Now, the other thing that I'll do is trim up any floppies, little floppy pieces of meat there, because they usually just burn. And from there, we're gonna go into about 1-inch cubes. Now, whatever you do, don't throw this hard fat away. You can render this into some bacon grease. And you can use bacon grease in just about anything. We love using it in, you know, when doing Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna lay these cubes out individually on wire racks so we can get smoke all the way around them. I got trays to catch any fat. Before we start cooking, I'm gonna hit them with a little bit of olive oil. First layer of flavor. Can't be devil's cubes without some voodoo. This is Meat Church's Voodoo Rub. I absolutely love this stuff. And to raise that heat a little bit, we're gonna put some hot cow cover on them as well. You see, we keep just enough space to get smoke all the way around. All right, now we're just gonna touch up any spots that look like they need a little more seasoning. And that's how we're gonna smoke them, just like that. Pellet smokers are wonderful, and I absolutely love my Rectech. But this Masterbuilt Gravity charcoal smoker is really awesome as well. So my thought process is 2 trays, 2 different kinds of grills. Let's see which one's better. $2.50. Check to see how many pellets we have. It's a little less than halfway. I'll keep an eye on it, but that should be plenty to get us through this cook. Not quite. Don't forget that. Check our charcoal level, and we could use some charcoal for sure. Inside, looks like we need to dump our ash. And then right here, is where the fire starter goes. Luckily, Masterbuilt makes some fire starters that fit this thing perfectly. Go ahead and turn the power on. And we're gonna hit temperature, 250, time. I just turn this to, you know, whatever, just to keep it from cutting off. Tray number one. And tray number two. 2.5 hours in. Been holding steady at 250 degrees. These guys are just starting to really smell amazing. However, we are going to go ahead and raise the temperature up to 275 to move this cook along a little bit. That first couple of hours is real important to getting that beautiful smoke flavor. Now it's time to go ahead and get these temperatures up just a little bit. Temps are perfect on the Masterbuilt. So I think the appearance is pretty close. These guys look a little bit behind, but nothing too serious. And now it's time to add the devil into these Devil's Delight pork belly burnt ends. And we're going to take Famous Dave's Devil Spit barbecue sauce, and we're just going to heat it up on the stove in a pot. And then I'm going to add about a quarter cup, maybe almost a quarter cup apple cider vinegar. I'm just eyeballing it. And that's going to thin this sauce out just a little bit to allow it to be more of a glaze as compared to like a thick barbecue sauce. And when these pork belly burn ends are at about 190 degrees or close to tender, close to done, but not quite, I'm going to go ahead and dip each one individually into the sauce, put it back on the wire rack. Then we're going to put them back on the smoker to let that smoke kind of soak into this new glaze / sauce, as well as bring these guys up to the final temperature of about 202, 203 degrees, but more importantly, probing like room temperature butter. So a little bit strange. The ones on the Rectac are done. And I'm telling that, I mean, that one has a little bit of resistance, it has more meat on it than others, but it's like sticking the probe into room temperature butter. It's just really soft all over the place. I did sauce most of them and left some unsauced. So these are done. I'm going to pull these off and let these rest for about a half hour. But over here, with just 5 minutes less grill time or so, there's a little bit of resistance in these guys. It's mainly the pieces that are, have more meat content to them rather than just fat. Anyway, so I'm gonna let these cook for a little bit longer, and then we'll take them off and let them rest for about, 30 minutes or so. Absolute favorite part about doing this channel is the tasting. And I wasn't originally planning to compare these two grills, but I mean, it's a perfect time, right? And so here's the Rectac, and this is unsauced. Little bit of spice. Very good. The Masterbuilt, unsauced. It's better. Blown away better, to be honest. So weird. They cook slower, even though the pits were at the same temp. And so far, the Masterbuilt is way more tender with way better flavor. Here we go. Cheers. Oh, that's good. Tender, smoky, not as spicy. That sauce is hiding some of the spice. Sauce. Little bit more tender than the Rectech. Flavor's about the same. You know, that sauce, it's kind of taking away the character of each pit's effect on the pieces that, you know, are unsauced. I hope you guys got something out of this video. I know if you're interested in purchasing a pit or a grill, this is probably something that you know, might have answered some questions for you as far as a pellet smoker goes. I didn't even know what a Masterbuilt gravity charcoal grill was until, you know, I got this one. I found out about it and I bought it like, you know, a week later because it seemed like the perfect fix to a pellet smoker's lack of smoke character. And don't get me wrong, I love my pellet smoker. Yeah, my Rectech is bulletproof and it does a great job cooking. It is for making barbecue less maintenance, less effort, less, you know, everything is easier with a pellet smoker. There's no doubt about it. In this cook, it's clear that Masterbuilt gravity charcoal, in my opinion, won easily. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed the video, share it with somebody. Send it, you know, text message on your social media wall to help me out, help me get more viewers, help draw more people into barbecue. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode.